Let's start with the special counsel John Durham found FBI lacked evidence to investigate Trump's 2016 campaign. So this is a non-issue. It's a non-story. Okay. But it's pretty funny the way that like the supposedly objective news media is covering it. Okay. Like if this is your main takeaway, from the 4-year, 5-year fucking investigation, that was literally a longer investigation than the fucking Mueller report, with like 0 prosecutions and like one fucking dude that they actually, one low-level lawyer that they actually gave a slap on the wrist to. That's crazy. The report concludes they should have done a preliminary investigation instead of a full investigation. Yeah, like conservatives have been talking about like the Durham report. It's going to come out, brother, and everyone's going to know the real truth, like about, you know, Liptard's line or whatever the fuck. And it came out and it's a gigantic dud.
We're going to begin with the news this morning, and it's coming out of Washington. A new report long awaited on the FBI's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. Special counsel John Durham says the FBI made critical errors in handling that investigation, although Durham stopped short of concluding that those mistakes were politically motivated. Former President Donald Trump was quick to...
That's shocking. You mean to tell me that the FBI, which actually played a role, probably even like a larger role than Russia did, in like tanking Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump, was not ideologically consistent with the Democratic Party? What? That's crazy. What the fuck? That's surprising. Hello? Wow, this is new.
To praise the findings, which echoed, or largely echoed, that is, an Inspector General's report from 2019.
Also, the special counsel did fucking mention that, like, it's valid to do an investigation. It's just not good the way that they did the investigation.
CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge is at the Department of Justice for us. Catherine, 300-plus page report. What's in it? Good morning.
Well, good morning, Tony. The Durham report found the FBI discounted or willfully ignored information that did not support the Russia collusion narrative. House Republicans now want special counsel John Durham to testify about his findings next week.
Bro, this took like 4 fucking years. The only reason the investigation got as far as it did is because Trump fired Comey and looked sus as fuck, so it's his own fault.
After nearly 4 years of investigation, special counsel John Durham found the FBI lacked actual evidence to investigate then-candidate Donald Trump's campaign in 2016. Durham said the Bureau was too reliant on investigative leads provided or funded by Trump's political opponents. The report did not reveal major new findings, but it repeated prior criticism from Trump.
There was no collusion at all.
The FBI expanded its original probe, known as Crossfire Hurricane, based partly on information from Christopher Steele. Steele, a former British spy, put together a research dossier alleging possible misconduct between then-candidate Trump and Russia. Durham found investigators did not and could not corroborate any of the substantive allegations contained in the Steele reporting.
Yeah. I don't think it's the Christopher Steele dossier that makes this valid. I think what makes it valid is literally Trump's own campaign people, like what was his name? What was this? Papadopoulos or whatever the fuck, that Greek guy who went and like openly talked to Russian assets, and then openly talked about talking to Russian assets about possibly getting dirt. At that point, it's like, George Papadopoulos, okay, yeah, whatever. Come on. I mean, that's it. That's so valid. It is, of course, it's valid to look into it at least. You know what I mean? But anything beyond that, anything beyond like the origins of the investigation, continuing for as long as it did, and like Democrats fucking doing Blue Anon, where they think like every little thing that's happening is like, oh, must be 9 o'clock at Moscow. That type of shit was hysterical, idiotic, stupid. I have been I stand correct for years and years, as I said, like, this is hysteria. This is hysteria. You guys are being hysterical. You guys are being hysterical. And I was right. Okay. It wasn't fucking Mueller time. Okay. But there was enough evidence There was enough evidence to like at least that warranted a fucking investigation, certainly. And that's it. And ultimately, they found nothing that was completely out of the ordinary, with the exception of like regular FBI protocols where they absolutely just get FISA court warrants for no reason whatsoever. They just happen to do it to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump was able to have a much larger podium to fucking scream about it. Okay? That's it. The regular thing that they do, that the FBI does all the fucking time to like average citizens and the people that they want to spy on, okay? They did to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump yelled about it. And then the investigation found that, oh shit, actually the FBI did do this. They misfiled, like FISA warrants and shit, which is, again, welcome to how the FBI operates, which is fucking bullshit. Except it's not done for a political purpose, or it's not done because these guys are like ideologically libtards or whatever. It's done because that's precisely how it's done. That's what the FBI does. That's how they've operated. That's how the security apparatus operates in general.
This has been a big black eye for a lot of the federal law enforcement and intelligence.
Man, it's so fucked up. Yeah, it's really fucked up that they did this. How could they have done this?
Communities.
Bob Anderson is a former senior FBI executive.
Where there's smoke, there's not always fire. And I think taking that extra second to look at this, verify things before you actually went down that road might have been a little better off.
The FBI investigation was the basis for appointing special counsel Robert Mueller, who had an even broader mandate.
There were multiple systematic efforts to interfere in our election.
Mueller's report concluded there was insufficient evidence of a criminal conspiracy involving President Trump, his associates, and Russia.
Every time Russia's brought up, they say, oh, Trump, what do I have to do with it?
In a statement, the FBI says it has implemented dozens of corrective actions, which could have prevented errors made by the Bureau in 2016. On social media, former President Trump reacted to the report, saying the American people had been scammed.
You don't ever want the American people thinking that the United States intelligence or the FBI is in any way doing anything outside of just looking at the facts.
Critics charge the Durham investigation cost taxpayers more than $6 million and brought...
Why did Rachel Maddow talk so fucking much about Russia when she kept being wrong? Because clicks. Liberals were looking for copium. Liberals were looking for copium, and Rachel Maddow was like the heroin dealer, okay? She had all the copium. She wasn't wrong, you morons, Lamau. Of course she was. Lol, even you are downplaying it like a far-right grifter. Really? I'm a far-right grifter for saying that, like, a fucking nation that has the GDP the size of an American state was not able to, like, literally control every aspect of American culture and existence? That's I'm a right-wing grifter because I'm not like fucking out of my mind. As the GOP Senate Intel report about Russia, yeah, I know. I'm not saying that Russia did not try to interfere, okay? I'm simply stating that you are delusional if you think that like that's the main reason why Hillary Clinton lost, or delusional if you think that like Russia was personally involved in every aspect of American, the presidency. It's not it's not the reason. Yeah, there's a difference between a and the, okay? Rachel Maddow made it seem like it was the reason, okay? That's it. It also happens every election. Yeah, it does. Yeah, Russia couldn't even take fucking Kyiv. What do you mean? You think they're capable of like undermining America? Like, get the fuck out of here. The new show White House Plumber is a great example of why the FBI and CIA has always been a shady since probably World War II. Yes, since the OSS. Yes, they have always been shady and will continue to be shady. Out of all the reasons Hillary lost, Russia probably wasn't even in the top 10. Putin announced that the special military operation was a social experiment and would now conclude. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Only 2 cases to trial. Both men were found not guilty, and a third case ended in a plea agreement. Durham is recommending the creation of a new position for politically sensitive investigations in the future. Gail.
Thank you, Catherine. Some people think that's a very good idea.